Riots in the streets. We are going to have in every major city riots in the streets, and they will come for different reasons. Some of them will be the food riots, because when people's income is taken up primarily by food prices, and historically that number being 40% of their income, they begin to riot because the food is just too expensive to afford, considering all the other bills they have to pay. And this is, of course, added on top of all the debt that individuals are finding themselves in. The public is going to be slaughtered. This is absolutely unquestionable, and it is very unfortunate. Take a look at this. I'm seeing this type of news everywhere. The hope, this is talking about the quantitative easing. The hope is that by stimulating more borrowing and spending, lower interest rates can jumpstart the economy. And then they say in brackets, of course, we're still waiting for that to actually happen. Of course, there is absolutely no possible way for printing up money and then giving it to banks and then having it sit in their accounts somehow stimulate the economy. And the best part about this is, where does that money come from if it's not coming from the Fed? If they're doing a stimulus package like TARP, it comes from the government. It's coming from the individual. So they're taking money out of your paycheck and they're giving it to redistribute, should be the better word, throughout the economy. And of course, 99% of that doesn't actually get back into the economy. So of course, you're not going to stimulate anything except the pockets of the people like GE, who then go to open up factories in other countries around the world. This is the velocity chart here. Take a look how over the past decade it's declining rapidly. Why? Because people know the economy is long gone. Where do they expect this money changing to happen if nobody's really buying anything? Of course, individual debt is very high. They were buying a lot of homes, subprime mortgages, and all this sort of thing. But overall, people just do not have that kind of money. And where is this stimulus coming from? We're getting a lot of that happening from the third world, and we have a lot of immigrants coming in who have that wealth to spend here, but ultimately that's run out. And this is what we face now. We face a major catastrophe. And my biggest concern right now at this moment are the bail-ins, because no longer is inflation at 5%, 10% enough for us. They need to do bail-ins, and those bail-ins are going to evaporate people's savings in such a short period of time. Look at what they did in Cyprus. And let me show you what the result of the bail-ins will be. This happens to be in Ukraine, but it's going to happen in every major city around the world. You are talking blood in the streets. You're talking about clashes between the military, between the individuals, and of course the militarized police. They are going to smash the skulls of people who just want their money so that they can buy their food for their families, their shelter, heat their homes, and all the basic essentials in life. But they can't do that because of the schemes and the crimes of the government structure. That's what I'm talking about. And the bail-ins are going to be the biggest news of perhaps 2014, but definitely in the next few years. You're going to have massive wealth confiscation, the likes of which we have never seen. There's going to be blood in the streets. There's going to be food riots. And this is untold, undoubtable. I want to make sure that you guys are getting on the Money GPS Insiders. Of course, to get there, all you got to do is go to themoneygps.com, scroll down to the bottom, fill in your email address to get the updates on there. I want to thank all the new subscribers and everybody. Also, I wanted to mention that individuals, if you're trying to get me on the comments. I only check, let's say, the previous week's worth of comments. So if you're notifying me about consultations, or you want to contact me for a one-on-one, that requires you to email me directly. Please do so either on the Insiders or at the money, David at themoneygps.com. That's the best place to get a hold of me if you want one-on-one time. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today, and I will talk to you soon.